Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel. Earlier today, we finally got to see the Sony Showcase that we have been waiting almost 2 years to see once again. It is one of the premier gaming events that happens out of the world of gaming, and while most people feel rather disappointed about what they saw at the showcase today, there were actually a lot of really fun and exciting reveals by Sony at this showcase, including this reveal of a brand new FPS space adventure multiplayer game called Concord. And following the showcase, we actually got a great article that details so many great gameplay details and information about this game, and in this video we are going to go through all of it, and we're just going to break it down and talk about it because this is a game that we are actually very excited to talk about. I know this is not a Star Wars game, but if you know us, we love space and we love space games here at Lunar Squadron, so we're very excited to see what Concord has to offer. And when we saw space FPS multiplayer, we were sold on it, so we're excited to talk about this game here today. But before we do this, if you're new to the channel, we would love to have you as always, and the way to do that is just go down below this video, hit the little subscribe button, the bell notification right on next to it. It will notify you every single time that Andreas and I upload. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into this and talk about this brand new space FPS. All right, Andreas, so the Sony Showcase happened earlier today, and a lot of people feel rather disappointed by what transpired and what games weren't there. I know a lot of people were disappointed not to see anything about an upcoming Star Wars game, and then there's the rumors that the KOTOR game, the KOTOR remake, is actually canceled, so there was no chance of seeing Star Wars. So we don't have any Star Wars games to talk about today, but what we did get was a reveal trailer for this game called Concord, and while the trailer doesn't reveal pretty much anything about what the game is going to be about other than that it takes place in space, and that piqued our interest, this article that was released shortly after the Sony Showcase by PlayStation actually reveals a lot about what to expect from this game.
Yeah, it does. And before we kind of do this dive into this article, I kind of just want to paint a little bit of background as to what we can kind of expect out of this studio. If you guys have missed the recent news, Sony picked up this studio, Firewalk Studios, recently, and it is comprised of a lot of developers who actually were on the Bungie team in projects such as Halo and in Destiny. So space shooters is definitely in their wheelhouse, and they're back for more here. However, they've got that nice new SIE paint job, and we expect that SIE level of quality out of this team when they are putting together this game. And just kind of right off the bat, the teaser trailer, just like you said, Nick, not a lot of information, but this article does kind of color in some of those blank spots there. Starting off here, we're just going to kind of walk through this article. It's been an exciting few weeks for all of us at Firewalk Studios after sharing the news last month that Firewalk would be joining PlayStation Studios. Today, we are thrilled to confirm the title of our upcoming game, Concord. And then they kind of add a little bit more as to what this game is supposed to be. Concord is a bringing together of peoples. It's the power of games to build connections and inspire social play. The Firewalk team is driven by the type of exciting, unexpected moments and shared experiences that multiplayer games create. Every time you log on is the beginning of a new adventure, and every match is an opportunity for a new story. It's these ideals that define Concord, its unique universe of vibrant worlds, and its rich cast of colorful characters. So it looks like this game is beyond just an ordinary PvP multiplayer experience. It looks like they're actually going to be adding and folding in some story elements to this game, and it really does sound like they are trying to give something new and fill a void that might not really be there right now for us players who are looking for a great Tier 1 AAA experience but are also looking to play together with friends. Nick, what are your thoughts on this?
So, right off the bat, this article, what I like about it is just that it says in the title, it's in the title and it's in the first paragraph, that this is a PvP multiplayer FPS. Now, I know that's going to scare off a lot of people, multiplayer FPS, but we are looking for that exact experience. That's what you and I have been looking for, is a PvP multiplayer experience. And the fact that this is set in space is incredibly exciting for me, because I am a huge fan of space. I'm a huge fan of space games. We've done No Man's Sky gameplay videos on the channel. We talk about Star Wars. We love Star Wars so much because of the whole space element of it. We absolutely love it. So to see that we're getting a space PvP multiplayer out of a PlayStation studio is incredibly exciting. And from the way that that paragraph that you read through describes it, the two games that come to mind is, it seems like they're trying to bring some of that No Man's Sky element where, you know, each world you explore is different, and each time you log in, you can get a different experience. But I'm also getting a lot of Destiny vibes from the way they're describing it, and we know from looking into the studio that there are a lot of devs and a lot of people involved in this project who were with Bungie and involved with the Destiny franchise. So my biggest fear probably going into this game is, I hope this just isn't another Destiny, like a Destiny reskin, because we already have Destiny, which is technically, you know, a space PvP multiplayer FPS. So I'm hoping we're coming to the drawing board completely fresh. It's a clean slate. We're getting something completely brand new, a brand new IP that doesn't feel like it's Destiny all over again. I really want a unique space adventure game. And you know what's funny was, before this Sony showcase started, you and I were actually talking about things that we would really like to see out of the showcase. And obviously we wanted to see Spider-Man 2, because that is a game we're incredibly excited about. By the way, if you guys want to see us talk about that on the channel, I might as well plug this now. Let us know down below in the comments, and we could talk about Spider-Man 2, because I would love to talk about it. But we were talking about what we would like to see. Spider-Man, obviously we would have loved to have seen like a Ghost of Tsushima 2 announcement, and a Last of Us Part 3 announcement, and God of War, and Horizon 3, and like all of the heavy hitter first-party exclusives that Sony has. Of course, that was everyone's dream for this Sony showcase. But I told you before we started the Sony showcase, like before it got started, I was like, you know what I would love to see out of Sony is an unconnected space adventure multiplayer game, like a brand new IP that isn't connected to like Star Trek or Star Wars, like something like what Xbox is doing with Starfield. I just want a new space game that is, you know, photorealistic in its own adventure and allows you to just explore the universe. And that was really what I was looking forward to. And so when we got this reveal trailer for Concord, and then the subsequent article that released alongside it, got me really excited. And honestly is one of the main reasons we're making this video, is because no one is talking about this game. It's not super popular, and there aren't really any videos outside of the trailer on YouTube, anyone really talking about this game. So I kind of felt obligated as a space fan and a fan of games like this, and someone who's wanted a game exactly like this is described for a very long time, felt obligated to sit down and make this video and at least talk about it and make people aware of it, and maybe even generate some hype about it. I don't know, but from what we've seen, and which isn't much, and what we've read, I'm excited about the potential here, because it looks like we might be getting exactly what I was looking for.
I really agree with a lot of what you're saying there, Nick. And one thing that I kind of want to park on is, I feel like this game is kind of misunderstood right now, and it's kind of easy for that to be the case given the brevity of the teaser that they've unveiled. But I think this is the common thing that I'm seeing just rifling through the comments here on YouTube, is that a lot of people were initially excited about this game because they loved the art style, like the synthwave retro space thing that's going on, and then they found out that the game is an FPS and that it's a online PvP game, and then they were like, this isn't for me. It's just another, you know, brainless PvP FPS like a Call of Duty or something like that. But in reading this article a little bit closer, I'm seeing things like a unique universe with vibrant worlds and a rich cast of colorful characters. And emphasizing world building and characters and story moments here, I'm almost getting like, this isn't going to be your everyday PvP multiplayer first-person shooter game. I think that's just the medium, but I think they're going to be bringing something new, fresh, and exciting to the table. And I do think that it's just a game that is worth keeping your eye on. I know there's not a lot to go off of right now, but I'm certainly interested in their concept just from reading this article, and I'm loving the art style based on the teaser with the whole synthwave space thing. I just love it, and I can't wait to see more from it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what exactly the art style of this game turns out to be in terms of gameplay and kind of what that looks like. That's kind of my big like next step for this game, at least for my interest in it, is just seeing what it really looks like. But I like the direction we're headed. I like that synthwave retro space vibe. That is exactly what our original logo, the original Lunar Squadron logo, was inspired by, was a retro 80s synthwave style space logo. So I'm vibing with that for sure. I'm really excited to see what we get about this game. Guys, let us know what you think about Concord down below in the comments. This is kind of a game that's flying under the radar, and we just felt like we should bring some attention to it because it's a game that we're incredibly excited about. We're incredibly excited to get more information, talk about it, get our hands on some gameplay, get our eyes on some gameplay. So let us know down below what you thought of the reveal of Concord, and also let us know what you thought of the entirety of the Sony showcase. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it disappointing? Did you really like what you saw? I will say real quickly, Spider-Man 2 looks absolutely incredible. That looks like it's going to be an easy Game of the Year contender, if not a Game of the Year winner. Of course, it has to go up against Zelda, and that is always a tough hill, but that is a conversation for another video. I don't want to get into that, but definitely let us know down below, and let us know while we're talking about gaming showcases, what are you excited to see from Xbox's showcase? That is in about 2 weeks or so from the time of this video, and it will come alongside a Starfield Direct, another space game that we are definitely keeping our eyes on. So let us know your thoughts about the current state of gaming and gaming showcases in this game, Concord. Just let us know what you're thinking. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for us for this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, we will see you all next time.